What's going on, all you wild 1990s video game enthusiasts? It's your two favorite crazy clowns here for Cinephellas. I'm Logan Myers and my good mate over there.
And I'm Henry Hill, and tonight we're talking about the all new original Peacock series. It just premiered on the streamers a couple weeks ago. We've had a chance to binge watch all of the episodes, and we're back tonight. We're talking about it. We're reviewing Twisted Metal.
I've never seen anyone cut off a human head and catch it as good as that. This is gonna be fun. Peekaboo. This never happened to me before. Really? Man. Oh, man.
And that's right, we were fans of this since the very beginning, 1995, the first came out, and I think the last one came out in 2012. So a very long, ongoing series playing on the PlayStation back in the day, and they really bring that in the TV adaptation, everything in the universe, all these characters, one of the famous, characters from the video game that we'll dive into, but they all bring it to, Peacock, and a really great series, 10-episode run of this, 30 minutes per episode, and it really dives into this apocalyptic world, introducing us to a lot of old faces remember from the video games.
Yeah, and it's all led with Anthony Mackie's character. He's playing John Doe, somebody that's made up originally for the series as somebody to follow the main character in the television show here that we're watching. Also, Stephanie Beatrice. I remember her from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. She was a character on that show. She's coming over here. And then, yeah, like you mentioned, a lot of the characters from the game, particularly Sweet Tooth, the big clown that sort of terrorizes players in the video game. And we see some familiar faces too from television shows and movies past, with Nev Campbell as a character that's introduced in the first episode. But John Doe's character is what's called the Milkman. He's, essentially a runner for people. He'll deliver supplies to and from cities. He drives this car, car that can go through the apocalypse. It's bulletproof, has weapons on it, much like the video game, the old PlayStation game that we both played back in the day. But the main story is he ends up running a mission for Nev Campbell's character. She has this really important item, which she doesn't tell him what it is, but he basically has to deliver it all the way to San Francisco, which is all the way across the country. And along the way, in this post-apocalyptic world, there's all these people looking to loot and pillage and rob and destroy, and he has to kind of get to San Francisco and stay alive.
They have these big walls surrounding these massive cities, New York, Chicago, San Francisco, and everybody, all the criminals are out in the Wild West, just so to speak. And that's where John Doe's character comes across a lot of these crazy psychos that we know from the video game. And that's when he comes across the character of Quiet, played by Stephanie Beatrice. She's more or less like the love interest with John Doe, played by Anthony Mackie. At first they don't really get along, and then as they're traveling and dealing with all this craziness they're coming across, they start to hit it off, and really sets up some wild sex scenes in the show. But really, the one thing that stood out to me, definitely Sweet Tooth. That's a character I remember from the video games, crazy psychotic clown driving an ice cream truck. His head's always on fire. They really capture that beautifully with the actor playing him, and Will Arnett voicing the character, throwing in a lot of twisted humor to the character that, reminds me of the game. So I thought that was really well done, and a lot of other characters that show up along the way from the games as well. But Anthony Mackie's really embarking on this journey for Raven, played by Nev Campbell. She's a San Francisco ruler, going to Chicago, pick up the package, come back, and try not to die.
Yeah, that's essentially the story in a nutshell. And, each episode, they travel to different places, come across different characters. They end up coming across a character that's a cop, and you find out he's this rogue agent, basically Agent Stone, played by Thomas Hayden Church. Remember him as Sandman and Wings? Yes, the old TV show Wings back in the day. We always laugh and giggle about Thomas Hayden Church playing the mechanic on that show. Well, basically he's a big douchebag cop that's hot on their tail, and he's of course corrupt, and he's one of the other villains that they see along the way. And Quiet, her brother, ends up getting killed and it has a lot to do with Agent Stone's character, and it sets the whole season up as it goes along. But another thing worth mentioning about Twisted Metal, the episodes are really, they're really short. They're 20 to 30 minutes. This is a great bingeable show, something you're going to want to binge. Immediately after I finish the first episode, it leaves that carrot dangling right at the end that wants to make you continue on and finish it. It does a really good job of that. It's very funny. There's a lot of good comedy in this, a lot of self-referential jokes and jokes from the time period, the 90s, a lot of good 90s music along the way. Anthony Mackie's character will pull out CDs from a CD case and pop them in. So there's a lot of fun in this, and that's really what I got from this series. It's just a lot of fun, and the way that you would want Twisted Metal to be adapted. You want to see the cars racing after with guns, explosions, over the topness, but the way that the show is able to ground it with some heart, with John Doe and Quiet's characters, and you're going along with them on their journey in the show, to see them finally deliver the package at the end and see all the mayhem along the way. It's really awesome and really well done how they did Sweet Tooth. I thought, like you mentioned, Will Arnett was a great voice for it, and the way that they finally revealed the flaming head at the end was really cool. There's a lot of gory deaths. That's another thing I really appreciated from this. They didn't hold back on that. So a very well done first season, and I was pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah, same here. I really love the music they brought to the show. It takes you back, us being kids back in the 90s, hip hop, rock, pop music. I think I heard Sugar Ray in there. There's a lot of great tunes that really sets up the atmosphere they're going for. A trip back to the 90s, the video game era, the original PlayStation, these characters, seeing a live adaptation of them. Really well done. I love the supporting cast in this. Anthony Mackie and Quiet's character really carried the show, but you really love all the side characters. I love seeing Nev Campbell show up in the Twisted Metal show on Peacock, which is so weird to me, but I thought she was really fantastic as Raven, being a pivotal part of this. Thomas Hayden Church, of course, is always a great bad guy. And the list goes on and on. Really fun, fulfilling, first season of Twisted Metal. Easy binge, like you said. I had a great time with this. Watching this in a few days, and I'm really excited to see, what the future holds. Could get many seasons ahead. I'm really hoping so. But with that being said, I had a great time with the first season of Twisted Metal streaming on Peacock. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 Anthony Mackie hair pieces.
You mentioned the wild sex scenes, the ball pit one stands out for me.
Yes.
Just very funny, over the top. The whole series is over the top, but it's done in such a fun way that you'll really enjoy the ride. Imagine getting in these cars and going down the road and blasting other cars. It's a lot of fun. It reminds me of the video game back in the day. The video game didn't have much of a plot, whereas this one was grounded, and I liked how they did it, how it was made and put together. It was a lot better than it deserved to be, and I really hope we get a second season of this. I think we will. I'm pretty sure it's going to be successful. The word of mouth is tremendous for this. Some of the other Cinephellas guys, they chimed in saying they finished it and loved it too. So I have a feeling we're going to be seeing more of this world, and hopefully they will make it sooner than later. And I'm going to give Twisted Metal a 4 out of 5 quiet hair pieces.
Yes, hopefully we're going to be getting some more video games turned into TV shows. BioShock being my favorite video game series. Really, they've been talking about it for Netflix for a while. I'm hoping that'll be coming up here in the next few years. But they're really doing a great job thus far. Last of Us, Twisted Metal, more to come. So I'm really excited to see what the future holds.
Me too. It's an exciting time, watching all these properties finally get turned into shows and movies. I feel the series work better. It just, they have more time to flesh out and get a good story going. And there's plenty of video games that can be adapted. So I think this is, one of many to come. Can't wait for more.
So I want to hear from all you wild video game enthusiasts out there. What did you like about the first season of Twisted Metal? What didn't you like about it? What's your favorite episode? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to cruise and click subscribe. Also, check out these wild clown enthusiasts. Facebook, X, Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV, movie news, and reviews.
So thank you guys for watching our review of the Peacock original series, Twisted Metal. It's now streaming. Let us know when you guys watch it. We want to hear from you guys. Let us know if you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. And thank you to everybody for subscribing to our YouTube channel. We just passed 1,000 subscribers today. So we want to thank you guys so much for following along with us and for subscribing and for being loyal fans of ours over the years. It's been a blast, and we're going to keep it rolling all summer and all year long, headed into the fall, our favorite months for the 31 Days of Horror. So until the next Cinephellas TV review, I'm Uncle Henry Hill.
And I'm Sweet Logan, signing out until the next TV review.
And now for my greatest trick.